Hey everybody, it's Chad with the SRCA Dragstrip. We're back coming at you with more awesome top alcohol stuff with a friend, James Stevens. James is a regular out here. You test out here, what, 2-3 times a year typically?
Yes, we do.
So you're from Gothenburg, Nebraska, former truck and trailer. You come down here to the SRCA Dragstrip to test. You're here for the Lucas Oil race this weekend. Had a great qualifying session already. Car went fast, straight, hard, which is always a good thing.
Absolutely.
And we brought you a video a little earlier today. This next video, we're going to bring you a little more detail about these amazing pieces of machinery. Obviously not your stock typical car. We've got a monster, mean, top alcohol dragster here. Like we said in the last video, this thing and a good track on a good day pushes 4,000 horsepower. Probably don't have it set quite that hot this weekend, you said. But we're going to give you a quick look at some of the details of what makes this monster do that. So obviously we're looking at the front of the engine here. We've got a massive supercharger. And what do we got right in here hanging off the front of the engine, James?
This is our fuel pump right here. And we're drawing fuel from the front of the car all the way to here, and we're pushing it into the engine through here. And this thing drinks about 5.5 gallons of methanol per run.
So now that you don't really worry about mile per gallon with this thing.
No, it's not a fuel mileage king.
And obviously your fuel's coming in here.
Yes, it is. This is a 1.25 inch fuel line here, supply line to that pump, and that pump is capable of pumping, in excess of 20 plus gallons per minute. This here is a CO2 bottle. This is what we use to control some of our timers, transmission, shift, some of those things, ignition system components down here for the spark plugs and that type of thing.
Now we got the engine itself.
Yep. All these hoses here, that's all fuel going into each individual cylinder. Fuel going up here to the top of the blower to keep it cool and to idle. And then just your basic Hemi type engine with billet aluminum, all custom built stuff to our application. This is a Minor Brothers application. Not a ton of these out here in the alcohol world, but we're one of the lucky ones to get to run it.
And obviously you've got her tuned in because it's running hard and running straight. So
we usually run pretty good.
So obviously you get past the engine, you got to get the power to those monster slicks.
Right.
And obviously we've got that apart right now because you just made a hit. So
yeah. This is our flywheel here, and our clutch is going to go in here. And if we walk back here and look at this, we have our clutch right here on the table. This is the clutch, and we apply the power using 3 discs and 2 floaters. And we have to, you can't obviously apply 4,000 horse right at the step. So we gradually feed it clutch more and more as we go down the track through different horsepower applications or how much counterweight we put on the clutch. There's a lot of runs, a lot of test runs to figure out how to do that.
There's a lot of testing to figure out how to make 4,000 horsepower go to those rear tires and stick the whole time.
Absolutely. Yep.
If you put 4,000 horsepower to it out of the way, you wouldn't go very far.
It's just going to smoke the tires. Yep.
So this clutch assembly goes into a full lockup eventually, correct?
Yes, it does. That's the idea, is to eventually have clutch lockup that helps with mile an hour.
Okay. So one more thing I think we ought to show them that I bet they're questioning, and something they're probably not familiar with, is what do you do? You just dally down the road, or what do you do?
Well, in this type of a car, being it's a blower car, we do have to hold the clutch down, rev it up to the expected RPM, whether it's 5,000 or 6,000 RPM, whatever we choose for the tune-up, because that changes how the clutch applies when you let go of the clutch. And once the light turns green, we swap feet, let out on the clutch, smash the gas at the same time. And then I have a shift light in the car. When it turns on, I shift the button. When the light comes on again, I shift the button. And then just when you think you're having fun and the car is going really fast, it's time to stop. And I got to reach over, hit the parachute levers, and grab the brake handle and start getting this beast to stop.
Well, let's take a look at your home in there real quick.
Okay, right in here, this is my shift light right here. This is my fuel pump shut off. And this is the buttons that we use to shift the transmission. So there'd be like second gear and there'd be third gear. And over here, this is the brake handle. And then right down here, I don't know if they've got it in the picture or not, right here are the parachute levers. And then you'd have the standard application. We have a clutch down there and a throttle pedal over here.
So it all sounds really simple when you've got 20 or 30 seconds to explain it. You do all that in 5.5.
Right. You let go of the clutch, and like 2.2 seconds later, that shift light's on. You got to poke it in second gear, and then about a second and a half later, the light comes on again. Put it in high, and just hang on. And hopefully, if everything's right, the car goes straight.
And sticks makes a good run, which fortunately we did see you make a little while ago. And 2 shots on Saturday, eliminations on Sunday. So hope you enjoy these videos. Thanks to James for taking some time out of his busy schedule. Obviously, they've got the car parked. They're trying to get it serviced, getting it ready to make another good pass, and super excited to see that. So we appreciate you taking some time, spending some time with our SRCA folks to explain all this to us, and hopefully we'll get out here and check all this stuff out. So James, thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
We'll see you guys soon, and hope to see you out here at the track this weekend.